Today we'll be looking at solving simultaneous equations by substitution. The previous lesson we did it by graphing, which you see an example of here, where we're trying to find where the two lines intersect. Now we're going to be doing it with some algebra. For our first warm-up, it wants to fill in the blanks in both lines so that the values match. So here, to get you started, you'll see a pattern on the bottom set. We've got 1 squared, 3 squared, 4 squared. You might pause it now and fill in the rest. 5 squared, 6 squared, 8 squared, 9. Then up top is where we're actually doing the math. So 1 squared is 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, 49, 64, 100, 144, 169, 196, 225. One thing you might notice is there's a pattern here. The difference between 1 and 4 is 3, 4 and 9 is 5, 9 and 16 is 7, 16 and 25 is 9, and all we're doing here is we're increasing by 2 each time. So that can also help you find, especially when you get up to these bigger numbers, of what comes next. Then some review from previous classes that'll help us with today. So the first one is graph the line, y equals 3x minus 3. There, that is in slope-intercept form, where this 3 is our slope, the number with the x. The negative 3 is our y-intercept, or our start value. So we're going to go to negative 3 on the y-axis. Count up 1, 2, 3 to the right 1. And do that a couple of times. And then connect your dots. For the second one, we need to put that into slope-intercept form, which means solve for y. So we're going to take that equation, negative 2x minus 3y equals 24. And then solve for y here, so we'll add 2x to both sides. We get negative 3y equals 2x plus 24. Divide everything by negative 3. And we get y equals negative 2/3 x minus 8. So we go down to where x equals negative 8. And our slope is negative 2/3, so we go down 1, 2 to the right, 1, 2, 3. And then using our line tool, and so the point of intersection here isn't a nice point of intersection, but we can at least show where it's at. And that would be right here. It looks like it's about negative 1/2, 7. So we've been doing systems of equations. We try and find where the two lines intersect. Previously, we've only learned how to do this with graphing. Today, we will use substitution. One thing to also note, that put in your notes, is the first step that we have to do is solve for a variable. Before we substitute, we must have a variable solve for. Which means have a variable all by itself. So our first example, we see that in equation 1, there's no variable all by itself. In equation 2, the same thing. So we're going to need to do a little bit of algebra to solve for a variable. I'll do that for this first equation. So we're going to solve for y here by adding 3x to both sides. That's going to get the y all by itself. We'll have y equals 3x minus 4. Now, one thing to know about a system of equations is when you see the same variable, so we've got a y here and a y here, they equal the same thing. If the first y equals 4, then the second y equals 4. If the first x equals 15 million, the second x equals 15 million. How that helps us is this y over here equals 3x minus 4, which means this y also equals 3x minus 4. So we're going to substitute that in for that y. We're going to plug it in for y, and then we can solve for x. We'll have, in parentheses, 3x minus 4 minus x equals 0. Since there's nothing to simplify outside the parentheses, they can just disappear. We're going to combine like terms. Our x's are on the same side of the equal sign, so we just add them together, which gets us 2x minus 4. Add 4 to both sides. 2x equals 4. Divide both sides by 2. X equals 2. Now we're not done, because remember, if we looked back at an earlier slide, we would see that we're trying to find where two lines intersect. So we only have half of that point. We have the x coordinate, we now need the y. So we'll plug this x equals 2 into one of these two equations. It doesn't matter which one you pick, choose whichever one is easiest or seems easiest to you. I'll use the second equation. So y minus x equals 0. I'm going to plug 2 in for x, add 2 to both sides. We'll get y equals 2. So our final answer is positive 2, comma, positive 2. This one, you'll see we have both y's are solved for. The y in equation 1 is all by itself and in equation 2. So there's no algebra we need to do here to get the variable solved for. So we're going to take this 3x plus 1 and plug it in for y. So we'll get 3x plus 1 equals x minus 1. Now the x's are on different sides of that equation. So we're going to have to subtract x from both sides. You could subtract 3x from both sides here if you want, but that would get you a negative variable, which would make life a little bit harder. And I like to try and keep things as simple as possible. Add 1 or subtract 1 from both sides. We get 2x equals negative 2. And then divide both sides by 2. X equals negative 1. We'll plug that in either equation. It doesn't matter which one you pick. I'll choose the second one here. So y equals x minus 1. Y equals negative 1 minus 1. Y equals negative 2. So our final answer is negative 1, comma, negative 2. Here, the second equation has been solved for already, so we can take that 6x minus 11, plug it in for the y in the first equation. So we'll have negative 2x minus 3, the 3 stays, and then we're changing the y to become 6x minus 11 equals negative 7. We're going to take this negative 3 and distribute it to the 6 and to the negative 11. So we'll have negative 2x minus 18x plus 33 equals negative 7. The x's are on the same side here, so we can combine like terms. So we'll add these together. Negative 2 minus 18 gets you a negative 20x plus 33 equals negative 7. Subtract 33 from both sides. Then from here, we'll have negative 20x equals negative 40. Divide both sides by negative 20. x equals 2. Plug 2 in. We can choose either of these equations, the first one or the second one. The first one's going to take more steps, whereas the second one's going to be a real quick process. So we'll go with the second one. Y equals 6x minus 11. Y equals 6. 2 is what we plug in for x minus 11. Y equals 12 minus 11. Y equals 1. So our final answer is 2, 1. You'll notice on this one, neither equation has a variable that's been solved for it. So we're going to do a little bit of algebra. What you want them to look for is there a variable that doesn't have a coefficient. This x in equation 2 doesn't have a coefficient, so that's what we're going to solve for is x on this one. So we're going to take this equation. Actually, we can just do it right where we're at. So we're going to do add 2y to both sides for this equation, and we get x equals 2y plus 11. We're going to take that 2y plus 11, plug it in for the other x in the other equation. So now we'll have negative 7, 2y plus 11 minus 2y equals negative 13. Distribute that negative 7 out. We get negative 14y minus 77 minus 2y equals negative 13. Our y's are on the same side, so we can combine like terms here. We get negative 16y minus 77 equals negative 13. Add 77 to both sides. Negative 16y equals 64. And divide both sides by negative 16. Y equals negative 4. Now, I would plug that into the second equation because it's just going to be a little bit less work. So we have x minus 2y equals 11. We know y equals negative 4. So x plus 8 equals 11. Subtract 8 from both sides. X equals 3. So our final answer is 3, negative 4. Our last example, it's similar to what we just had. There's no variable solved for. On this one, I'm going to solve for this y because it's a positive, so we don't have to worry about the negative, whereas this one, we'd have to divide out by a negative 1 as well to get x by itself, so it's just a couple less steps. So I'm going to add x to both sides here, and we get y equals x plus 3. We'll plug that in for this y up here. So we get negative 3x plus 3, x plus 3 equals 4. Negative 3x plus 9 equals 4. We combine like terms here. So we would get 0, negative 3x plus 3x. Those are going to cancel each other out, so we're left with 9 equals 4. This is a false statement, so that means there are no solutions. If it was a true statement, let's say our final answer was 9 equals 9, that would mean all real numbers, which means they're the same line. So if we're looking at graphs, for this one, this first one, there's no solutions. It would be something like this, where you have two lines that are parallel to each other. They never intersect. Whereas for the second one, something like this, where you've got the same line twice.